and welcome to On the Hook. I'm Dave Sloan, and today's show we're going to take out some Daiwa gear. We're going to put it to the test on some bluefin tuna. We're going to show you some things to do. We're just putting that like that and letting them swim. We're going to show you some things definitely not to do. And then we're also going to take out a female fisher woman.
This is probably a big fish, and this probably is not going to be like a straight bass fight.
Lauren Santini, she's going to get hooked up to a nice bluefin tuna. I'm going to show you that it's not all the time about just brute strength. I got a little bit of color, but sometimes it's about hard work and technique. So stay hooked. Let's go get them. Got birds, got whales. It smells fishy. Should be getting a fish. Why you don't go tuna fishing by yourself, boys? Oh, yeah. Actually, Justin, do me a favor, quickly, please. Listen, I need you to stop filming for a second. Reel that in. Yeah. Put down the camera. Turn the wheel that way. Not too hard, not too hard. The only guy I got on the boat is my cameraman, and now he's able to get me piece by piece the equipment that I need to get this fish. First, he gets me the gimbal belt. I'm able to put the base of the rod in there. Oh, that's a good bend. Oh, that was so lucky. The rod pops right out of my hand. I manage just to grab the line, I get the rod back, and at this point I'm thinking to myself, I just got unbelievably lucky. I'm hoping that Everett from my sister boat can finish up with his fish, get over here. I need the help. It's because I'm not using the front straps. That was not good. This red boat here, it's a sister boat of mine out here right now. I'll try to get the saltiest guy and try to get him on the boat and try to help me process this fish because I think it's a good sized fish and I'm afraid of losing it at the boat. I got the belt all set, I'm all strapped in. Now all I need from my sister boat is Everett. If you can, come to the front. Back off. Just go bow to bow and then back out. No. All right. Even sideways, the fish was right here and I'm like, oh my God, no. And he was drifting back this way.
I know.
Learn from our mistakes. Welcome aboard, Captain.
Go get him, Dave.
I feel so much better now. How was your fish?
Brutal. And he stayed right here forever.
Really?
Just stayed right there forever.
I'll tell you right now, I feel so much better.
How's my hair look, all right?
You look beautiful. Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't think I was really prepared. I came out here and just threw a couple baits in the water, looked around a little bit. It's kind of superstitious. I don't like to take the belt out before we get a fish. I really should have had the belt out. I should have been better prepared. I should have someone else in the boat with me, not my camera guy. His job is to film, not to help me run the boat and gaff a fish. But this fish came up, ate a live pogie, screamed off a ton of line. Lots of life around this area. There's lots of birds in this area, lots of bait, lots of whales. And we got ourselves a fish on the hook. I'll tell you what though, this is the first year I'm really using these Daiwa Sea Line Tournament Series. It's an SLT 50 wide. The drag on him is real good, real smooth. I mean, when he was peeling off that line, you could just tell it was set perfectly, so it's a good reel. Finally able to get it back under control. We'll see what's going on here. It was completely just crazy mayhem. You really want to have a couple of helpers, a couple of hands on deck. Here we go, he's gonna make a run right now. There you go. Still strong, man. Short little pumps like this, that's what brings the fish in. You don't want to really reel your tip down to the water and then give a big pull back. You just want a short little pumps. I get a half crank at a turn at a time. It just keeps his nose up in the air so he can't dig down and run. And that's really how you beat a fish. Like right now, he's starting to come up just because I kept his nose up. Watch it, because he's starting to go under. Oh, good fish. Listen to the tension on that line. I don't even have it on strike. Wow. All right, well, you know what? Stay hooked. When we come back, we're gonna hopefully process this fish and show it to you. Oh, he's under the boat, he's under the boat. Backwards that way. No, the other way, turn the wheels the other way. Keep going, there we go. Oh, I got color, I got color.
This this is probably a big fish, and this probably is not going to be like a striped bass fight.
I got you, don't worry about that. I'm still here. This fish has never really let me reel on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's always been taken. I can never really stop and reel on him. It's hugely important to have this. Because I didn't have the back strap with the straps going to the reel, I literally dropped the rod because a fish made a run. I grabbed the line and was able to grab the rod. It's so true about this fishery is that you got to come out here and you have to be prepared. You'll notice that there's always a bend in my rod. You always want to keep a bend in that rod. That means you're keeping tension on the fish and you're keeping pressure on the hook that's in the fish's mouth. Before I go forward, I start my reel and then I reel down to the fish. And again, I'm only getting probably half a crank, maybe 3/4 of a crank at a time. Unless the fish is coming towards you and you can feel that slack, then you want to reel real fast. If I was to give this fish any slack at all, he's probably going to shake his head and shake the hook. If that's the mouth, that hook goes in. The more pressure and the longer the fight, that hook moves around and the bigger the hole gets. You give that any slack, it's going to pop out. Here we go again, he's right here. He's going under, so back and go the other way. Backwards that way. No, the other way. Turn the wheels the other way. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. There we go. I told you, I took 20, so he took 25.
No clicker?
Well, the clicker when it goes off, yeah. But not when I'm reeling.
Real big.
Real men are trying to have their voice heard, not the clicker. This is me taking, him taking, me taking, him taking. He's getting right under. Oh no! Oh, he's under the boat. He's under the boat. There you go. There you go. You gotta give this fish credit, man. He's a fighter, no doubt. And now we're fighting right now. Oh, I got color. I got color. He's circling. This is the death circle right here. Here he comes. Oh yeah, this is a good fish, baby.
Yes, it is. This is the ultimate tuna gaff. Doubles it as a golf club during the day, putt-putt at night, tuna gaff on Stellwagen Bank.
Yes. One, two, three.
That, my friends, is how you get a tuna in the boat.
Yes! Woo! That is a good fish, baby. If you're gonna go and get one of these guys, you want to try the gap in the gill plate. The nicest meat is right back here to the top loin. That's that lower mandible or the upper mandible right there. It's a nice, real tough part of the fish. And these bait hooks right in the corner of the mouth, that's the really tough part of the mouth where it's really the best hook set. But you can see where it starts ripping open a little bit is why I tell you that you always have to keep some tension on that because that could come out pretty easily. That's actually a good hook set. It didn't open up too much. But if I didn't try to put the boots to this fish towards the tail end of the fight, that might have opened up a little bit more and we could have lost the fish. You don't have to use gigantic hooks to catch big fish. I think that's an 8. So I'm 6 feet, 1 inch. Hey, what do you think? 65, 68 inches?
Absolutely.
Beautiful, beautiful fish. Mother of pearl up top. Beautiful. These finlets on the back here, they actually act independently. Depending on which way he really wants to carve hard one way or carve hard the other, he'll turn all these finlets and it acts like a back rudder. When they fold out these pectoral fins here, they want to dart through the water, they lower this dorsal fin, but when they want to put it up to maneuver, that pops right up like that, and they're able to get a lot more agile. When they want to go fast again, they'll fold it down, real streamline on the top. All right, man, what a fish, what a battle. Thanks, Ever, for coming on board and helping me out. I don't think I could have got this fish without you.
That's what we're here for.
You know what, the show's not done. When we come back, stay hooked because I'm going out with my good friend Chuck DiStefano of Boston Sport Fishing. We're gonna keep this tuna show rolling.
But I want you guys to be holding me, please, because it's so big.
Nice and easy. He's still pulling, he's still pulling.
Oh, boy.
We're dealing with this pot right here. We're trying to get the boat away from that pot because we don't want this fish going into that pot and getting caught in the line. I got a little bit of color. That fish is gonna see the boat. He's gonna go ballistic. There's a real good shot that you're gonna lose that fish at the boat. All right, as you saw, I got a good fish. But you know what? Today, I'm out with Boston Sport Fishing, my good friend Chuck DiStefano. We're also out with Pete Santini, my good friend, and his daughter, Lauren Santini, who's quite a fisherman. We're gonna see if we can put her on a nice big bluefin tuna, see if she can reel it in.
Come on,
All right, Lauren, here we go.
I'm going. I need the big one.
Big fish.
Lauren, you ready for this?
Oh, God. I need someone to be holding.
Let the rod go down.
Okay. Oh, that's much better.
All right, now just use
But
the
I want you guys to be holding me,
Don't
please,
worry,
because it's so big. If I get tired, someone else is going to grab it.
No, you're going to do it yourself. Reel.
All right, right now we got a big fish on. Lauren's been fighting this fish for about 20 minutes. This thing took the bait, absolutely took a bunch of line off. Got a couple 100 yards up there, I think. She's doing a real good job trying to get this fish to the boat. How you feeling?
I'm so tired.
She's putting the screws to the fish. We got a nice bluefin.
No, he's running better.
Let the rod do all the work. Take little short pumps. She'll get it in a few minutes. She's doing great.
That happens. Lauren worked her butt off today. She fought that fish with everything that she had. I feel terrible for her that she lost that fish.
Nice job.
Lauren, you did a good job there, honey.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Sometimes that just happens, you know, hooks pull and that's fishing. But, you know, even when you lose a fish or fish gets off the line, a couple good things happen. One of the good things was I saw Chuck lean in and gave her a nice consoling hug. I know he's got a heart. It's not in a jar on his desk. I seen it, you got a heart. We're gonna go out tomorrow. There's a little bit of an east wind, usually turns them on a little bit. I have a lot of faith that tomorrow's gonna be a better day and we're gonna work real hard. I know she's gonna work hard at pulling on that thing and hopefully we're gonna have better luck. That's a pogie right there. All we're doing with these, it's just a simple setup. It's a 130-pound leader, crimped on both ends, little chafing gear on one side, goes to a middle swivel to your main line. We're just putting that like that and letting them swim. That's all you need. Small hooks, bring big fish sometimes.
This is probably a big fish, and this probably is not going to be like a straight bass fight.
I got you, don't worry about that. Hey, you're in the backing here, Chuck. If he starts backing up, you're gonna start reeling. You're gonna reel.
Reel it.
Nice and easy. He's still pulling, he's still pulling.
Oh boy. We're working a lot on not ripping the hook through the fish's like mouth. So we're doing the short pumps down, lean back, short pump down, and that kind of kept the tension the whole time without giving the fish any slack.
With this fight, we're gonna try to put the boots to him a little bit more than the last one. We don't want him out there that long. We don't want that hole in his mouth getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's a real fine line you gotta be careful of because you don't want that fish coming to the boat too green, which means with a lot of life, because if that happens, that fish is gonna see the boat, he's gonna go ballistic. There's a real good shot that you're gonna lose that fish at the boat. All right, we stopped him.
No, we didn't.
I gear for a sec.
Okay.
David, I'm gonna walk her out frontwards. Let her keep it tight.
We're tight. Got to keep this line because we're going to move the boat forward because he doesn't want to get hung up in that.
Just
Reel. It's going to start. Now you get line because we're gaining on him. You're good. Slow. Drop, tip, reel. Good. Face the fish a little bit. Look where he's going. He's kind of angling that way. There you go.
He's gonna go straight down first.
All right. It's Pete's daughter here, Lauren Santini.
Keep it away from the boat.
Oh God, I'm trying. What do I do?
No, that's all right. Turn that way. Push it along. There you go. There you go. We knew he was going to do that. All right, what we're trying to do here is, obviously Lauren's got the fish on. We're dealing with this pot right here. Trying to get the boat, Chuck's doing a good job of trying to get the boat away from that pot because we don't want this fish going into that pot and getting caught in the line.
No, he is in the line.
Hold on, baby.
I'm gonna try to take the fish back out around the other side. Loosen that drag a little bit.
The fish went beyond that buoy right there and actually got hung up in the line. Keep cranking.
We got him out.
All right.
We got him out.
That is tough right there.
That's how you're captain.
We're trying to keep going back and forth across the line, trying to have the fish free itself. Chuck did a fantastic job of letting the drift take us back down and coming back up to free that fish, and thank God the fish finally cleared the line. Chuck did a fantastic job doing that, so We're back just with the fish. Lauren's fighting just the fish, not the line anymore.
Stop.
Okay. All right, you're gonna finish this fish and you're gonna feel so good about it. Especially after that first one.
40 minutes into the fight, my legs were shaking, my back was aching.
I give you the Rocky Balboa talk. All your love, all your power, all your strength.
I'm gonna make a circle right in that corner. I don't want you to move out of that corner. I want the rod to stay away from the boat.
Go. Coming up. Get ready, half turn.
We're getting
Ready, drop
close.
reel. Reel. Stop. Half turn, go. Stop.
You should see him in a
I
minute.
got a little bit of color.
Go.
Yep, reel. Keep reeling, keep reeling.
Hold it. Red reel. You take
Here we go.
everybody else out of your mind and you do exactly what I say. You're gonna listen to me and nobody else. David, I need to get in your corner.
All right, now or when he comes up.
Now,
Right here, look at him down there.
classic death
Ready?
spiral.
We're gonna slowly pull back, drop and reel.
Chuck, I feel like, is the ultimate authority in most cases.
Reel.
Come and take a look at your fish.
Yeah!
Whoa.
There you go. Lauren Santini, everyone. Lauren Santini.
I'm tired, man.
Yeah, you did an awesome job, bro. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good job.
Oh my God.
Fantastic.
It's not all about strength, it's about technique. And once you learn what you gotta do, you can definitely do anything.
I take a look at that hook set right here too. We're not using these giant hooks like you'd think you need to use. Oh man, that is a good hook set. That wasn't coming out at all. That's an 8 right there. Good job, Chuck. Good job all the way around. Lauren, nice job.
Today was awesome. I got my fish, it was on the boat, that's all we cared about.
Chuck did a great job. You all did a great job getting that fish in the boat for Lauren. And I'll tell you what, behind the reel, she did a fantastic job. So, hard work. Another great day in the water. Winds up great here in the kitchen. What are we gonna do with this?
We're gonna do a sesame and pepperoncino encrusted tuna with some sauteed bok choy.
That right there is unbelievable. Another great day in the water. Winds up great here in the kitchen. I am here with Joe Lettieri. Joe, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, David.
You run Simplicity Chef, which
I do,
is,
yes.
it's not like really a restaurant, but it's more of a, you come to people's homes.
Go into people's home. We don't do catering. Everything is cooked to order.
Okay.
We arrive about 2 hours before and provide 7, 9, and 20 course dinners.
Okay. Well, I get you here today, and we have a beautiful piece of tuna that I got today. What are we gonna do with this?
We're gonna do a sesame and pepperoncino encrusted tuna with some sauteed bok choy.
Okay. Sounds
Lovely
good.
catch. As you can see, that's a really bright red, and that's what we want to look for when we're shopping for tuna.
Sure.
No discoloration, and you can see that it's really fresh and,
And
ready
that's
to go.
obviously I've seen on your website. That's one of the things that you really pride yourself on is really fresh ingredients, the freshest vegetables, the freshest fish, foods, ingredients. That's
Definitely, we shop everything to order. My grandpa's a butcher in the North End. We get all our meat prime cut. We're gonna start seasoning that. A little salt and pepper. Just a little love, salt and pepper, just to give it a little flavor.
Okay.
We're gonna brush it with a little soy.
okay. Now do you cut that a certain way? I mean, across the grain. is
Right,
better?
just across the grain, make it a little bit firmer so it doesn't fall apart for you. Yeah, just a little brush, and that's gonna just give it a little salty flavor. Wonderful. And we're gonna have the pepperoncino. Being Italian, I like my favorite cuisines are Asian, French, and Italian.
What's in here?
We have sesame seeds and pepperoncino, which are red chili flakes.
Okay, so it's gonna give it a little bit of each.
Yeah,
I feel with the sesame. and
Definitely
maybe
give it that
of-
little bit of bite. It's the easiest way, and just
Oh,
we're gonna
you gotta-
coat
yeah.
it. Love it. Bam, bam.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. I can tell already. Now you said you like to cook. Obviously Italian. You are Italian. You were born in Italy.
Yeah, I grew up in Rome for about 12 years and then moved to the North End and pretty much, like, attempted culinary school and it lasted a year and hated it.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
and I got an English degree. I wanted to play college basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that tell you a point guard, I hope, right?
Now I can come off a pick and just drink
Come
jumpers.
on.
Imagine
Really?
that?
Wow. All right. I like that. You still play it all?
Here and there.
We're gonna move this over to the plate.
Pretty much we're going to chop this, saute it with a little garlic and season it with some sesame oil, a little
Okay.
salt and pepper.
And what kind of flavor is bok choy? It looks obviously like
Like an
lettuce, but
Asian,
it's-
yes, Asian lettuce, celery. Kind of firm and the leaves will wilt. I like it a little crunchy, but if you want it really wilted like spinach, obviously keep it a little bit longer.
Gotcha.
Just based on your consistency and what you prefer.
So that's gonna go in a pan.
Yes,
a
we're going
hot
to go to
pan.
the hot pan. Started to saute some garlic. I like to get the garlic just nice and soft and just give it that aroma. I don't want to
Oh, you can
overcook it.
certainly smell it. It smells great.
Exactly.
It's like
Wonderful.
and that's just olive oil and garlic.
Yes, and we're going to season it with a little sesame oil. Just lower the heat a little bit. This should take about 4 minutes, depending on how wilted you want it.
So now we're gonna take this, go to the pan.
Yeah, let's do that, yes. And when you want to sear something, it's just pretty much like if you're searing a steak, you just want to get that little crust on the outside. It's just going to hold in all the flavors. Hear that sear? In about 2 minutes on each side. I mean, you can work it all 4 sides, and then, you know, I love it really extremely rare.
Yeah, me
If
too.
it turns white, I don't know, I think you've ruined it.
Yeah, I agree.
And we don't want to burn the sesame seeds, that's the main thing here.
Well, that's why I got the tongs. Not just leaving it on one side, you're kind of rolling each
Exactly, we're
block to
toasting it
one
over,
side.
and as you can see, they're just browning right now. So that should be good enough. And a good gauge, usually at the end you can see where it's searing.
Yep.
Wonderful, so we're going to just bring that over here, just let it chill a little bit, or cool.
All right, so I'm just gonna plate this. You're saying is to love the food,
Love the
not
food,
mess
yeah.
around with it.
Give it a beautiful-
Be nice, and is that good? Am I doing good?
We're doing well. So, as you can see, toast it again.
Okay.
I'm just going to cut right through that.
Yeah, would you serve this as an appetizer, or would you serve this as a dinner?
That would make a great entree. As you can see, gorgeously cut.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Well, Joe, this looks amazing.
Wonderful.
And there you go. Let's put a name to this.
There it is, the peperoncino sesame encrusted tuna loin with a bok choy salad sprinkled with sesame oil.
All right, well, look, I just happen to have forks.
Look at that, how that works.
It'll heat.
What's the flavor?
That right there is unbelievable. I love the spiciness of that pepperoncino in the sesame seeds. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Joe. Thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
This right here was delicious. For this recipe and plenty more, log on to onthehook.com, go to the Hook and Cook tab. This will be there, as well as information on your company, which is
Simplicity Chef, and you can check us out at simplicitychef.com.
Today's episode of On the Hook is brought to you by EMC, where information lives.